Have you ever thought of ways that you could try to increase the value of your property before you sell it? Who wants to get 1.3 million when you can get 1.5? But what do these little touch-ups actually look like? Should you renovate the kitchen? Should you redo the bathroom? How far should these touch-ups go? And how far is too far? A common mistake that I see sellers make is before selling their property, they go and make these massive renovations that cost them thousands and thousands of rands, and then they never get their money back. Now, don't get me wrong, renovations can certainly increase the price of the property, but only if you tend to stay there for quite a long time. If you're renovating purely because you think you can increase your asking price, you need to be very careful. So in today's video, I want us to look at some of the factors that you probably shouldn't pay too much attention to just before you sell. And I'll explain to you why they are often not worth the money and not worth the effort. I'm Sebolelo, aka Sebolelo the Estate Agent, and welcome to the channel where we help first-time home buyers and first-time homeowners make wise decisions about their properties. In order to put things into perspective, perhaps I should start by explaining what motivated this week's video. There was a lady who was looking for a valuation on a property that she wanted to sell quite quickly. I gave her the results of the market analysis and she was a little disappointed, but then I explained to her, why, what led us to that figure, and she understood. And then she just stopped taking my calls. And I didn't want to pressurize her. I thought maybe she's changed her mind or maybe she's working with another agent. I don't know. But I was like, this is not a big deal. After about 3 weeks, she calls me up. She's all excited and she says I must meet her at the house. Now, when I get there, this woman has ripped out all the windows and replaced them with aluminium ones. So she's walking me through the house, showing me, with great excitement, everything that she's done on this property. It's possible that buyers won't even notice. So she's gone and spent all this money and all this time on improvements that are not going to translate back into direct money. I felt so bad for her. And this could happen to anyone, where you spend money thinking it's going to increase your returns only for things to end up pear-shaped. I know that aluminium windows are very, very popular right now, but unfortunately, they're not going to increase the price of your home if you install them just before selling. Another common thing that people assume will increase the value of their property just before they sell is adding a pool. Very bad idea. For starters, the pool diminishes your pool of buyers. Families with very young children can see it as a form of danger. And sometimes people can just be turned off by a pool because all they see is just a whole lot of maintenance. If you market your property exactly as it is, and somebody likes the house but also wants a pool, they can just install a pool themselves. If a pool costs you, let's say 100 to 150,000 rand, you will not be able to automatically increase your current listing price by 150,000 rand just because it's got the pool. Now, if you added the pool 4 years ago, you bought it at 4 years ago's prices. You've had 4 years of summers and experiences around the pool, as opposed to building it for somebody who may or may not like it. Kitchen renovations is another area I'd stay wary of. I know that many times we consider the kitchen the heart of the home, and it's obviously known that the kitchen can often sell a property just itself. Somebody can look at the kitchen and be like, "Ooh, I love this house." Now, because of that, many sellers will be, tempted to go and add a whole lot of improvements in the kitchen. But if you are going to add new cupboards and add new countertops and whatnot, you are playing in a very dangerous area. You've now gone and spent a fortune on a kitchen and you don't even know whether or not the buyer is going to like it. I know that there are some buyers who, when they purchase, will be like an old or a slightly rundown kitchen as a definite no-no. But as a seller, you're better off selling your property at I want to call it like a slightly lower or more reasonable price that has got an average kitchen, and sell it to somebody who likes the layout of the home, and they will go and design the kitchen themselves and get exactly what they are looking for. I know that a bougie kitchen can be quite a turn on. So if your kitchen is already zhuzhed up, then kudos to you. But don't go and spend thousands of rands renovating it only to find that you can't recoup your money. If your kitchen is already in a relatively good condition, just maybe slightly aged, you're better off just changing the door handles, fixing broken hinges, which will give it a slightly fresh touch rather than gutting the entire kitchen. Flooring can also cost a lot of money. Many times homeowners will go and replace perfectly good carpets and perfectly good tiles, thinking that the buyer wants brand new tiles on the floor. If your floors are in a decent condition, you better off just cleaning the carpets, polishing the tiles, and just fixing some of the areas that are maybe currently damaged. Instead of spending a stash of cash redoing the floors, it might be a better idea to just go and deep clean the carpets. Maybe just polish the floors and touch up a few areas that need attention. Again, I know that laminate and tile floorings are more preferred at the moment. But if you've already got that, that's a bonus. But spending thousands of rands, hoping you'll increase the purchase price, it's not always advised. And the reason is because even though out of all the factors that we're looking at today, this one probably seems to make the most sense, I would still tread with caution because sometimes a deep clean floor can be just as neat as a new one at the fraction of a price. Now, if your flooring is in a bad condition and you decide you want to, replace new tiles, then make sure you pick something neutral. Get light colors and limited patterns. Don't go and get anything too bright and brave because even though you might like it, it's going to limit the number of people that find that kind of tile attractive and therefore might slow down your sale. And that brings me to the next factor to consider, and that's over-personalizing the home just before you sell. There is nothing worse than going to list a property and the seller is going on and on about something which I think looks awful in their house. Maybe say like a wooden bar area, and she's telling me how wonderful it is and her husband built this with his hands and it took him 4 months to get it up. And I'm just thinking this thing is so hideous. He probably should not have spent 4 months of his life doing this. Because just because it's nice for you doesn't mean someone else would like it. Again, if you've been living there and you've enjoyed it, that's one thing. But don't go and over-personalize your home just before you sell. Don't go and add a built-in fish tank or a feature wall. Because it may be something you want right now, then you can get it at your new house. But stay away from extra expenses that the buyer might not even like. Now remember that first impressions last. So a neat garden can be that little thing that makes a buyer fall in love with your home. So if your garden is in a poor condition, you may want to give it some attention. What you don't want to do is spend a fortune on landscaping because there's a difference between a garden that's tidy and a garden that's being rebuilt. So stay away from things like water features, exotic plants, decorative pavements, and things like that. Because the buyer will not always put value on that type of improvement. So you're better off just cutting the grass and removing the weeds. If you want to, you can just add a few colorful plants just to give the house that fresh, feel, as long as it doesn't break your budget. I've just given you a long list of do not do's. So what are the type of things that you can spend money on just before you sell? Instead of spending hundreds and thousands of rands on major renovations, rather pay attention to the small things that the buyer will notice. Things like leaking taps and broken windows, damaged cupboard doors and loose handles. Buyers care more that they've got a gate that works and that the garage doors are not problematic, far more than they'd be concerned with some plant that you've recently added to the garden. So rather just declutter and give your house a proper deep clean. A clean, well-maintained home is going to bring you far better returns than some aluminium windows that you might decide to install. You're better off painting the entire house with one neutral color far more than adding a feature wall. In fact, in my opinion, along with a tidy house, I would say that fresh paint is probably the best way that you can spend money before you sell. Now, in an ideal world, I would say before adding improvements ahead of selling, ask yourself, will a seller actually be willing to pay more for my property if I add this feature? Now, I say in an ideal world because many times as sellers, we, are quite emotional about what's going on. So don't be scared to contact an experienced agent in your area and ask for an opinion before you go and spend hundreds and thousands of rands. The best thing that you can do before you sell is not to renovate, but to present your home in the best possible condition while spending as little money as possible. Now, if you're not selling and you're looking at renovations, here's a video that will give you some ideas about the pros and cons of renovating as opposed to moving.